Hey there, welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to sell jewelry that is unbranded. This is a question that I get very often because a lot of people don't think that unbranded jewelry, that is jewelry that doesn't have a maker's mark, that you don't know where it came from. A lot of times people think, well, if it's not vintage, it's not marked, then it's not worth anything. And that's just not true. I sell so much jewelry that is unmarked and unbranded, and it can sell for a great profit. So I want to make sure that you're not overlooking something or sweeping something aside that you could actually be selling and making a great bit of money on. I'm sharing 5 tips on how I sell unmarked, unbranded jewelry and how you can too. One of my favorite things to prove wrong as a YouTuber and a reseller is when people say, "You are dreaming." A lot of times I'll do these big jewelry unboxings and I'll have a piece of jewelry that is unmarked, it's not gold, it's not fancy, and I'll say, "Oh, I think I can get probably about $20 to $30 for this." I don't know why I second guess myself. I've been doing this long enough that I know that it will sell for that price, most likely. But there's still people that are like, "Oh, you're dreaming. You'll never get $30 for that. It's not vintage, it's not branded, and da 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 da." And then when it sells, I'm always so thrilled because I'm like, "Look, it did." And so I don't want you to have that thought process where if it's not branded or it's not vintage, that it won't make you money. Let's take a look at some of the jewelry I've sold lately that is unbranded, that maybe you might think is unremarkable, that sold for a good profit. And I'll explain to you as we go along why I chose that piece and why I priced it the way I did. So this is a multi-row cuff bracelet that sold for $27.99. This was an unbranded piece, but I knew it would sell because I've sold multiple bracelets like it before. This is a scarf clip that sold for $23. Again, it's unbranded. Here are a pair of anchor nautical earrings that sold for $24. And this beaded necklace sold for $60. This is an open work flower brooch that sold for $24. Again, no brand. And this really cute candy cane heart. This one sold for $15. This is another that sold recently. It's a leaf or feather, and it sold for $24. So why? Why did I pick these up? How did I know they would sell? What's the strategy? What's the secret to selling unbranded, unmarked jewelry? My first tip is probably the biggest one, and that is to think of your buyer. Who is going to be buying this piece and why? Let's take this pair of earrings. So what do I see here? I see anchors. I see ropes. It's nautical. The person that's going to buy these earrings, they're probably putting an outfit together. Maybe they're going on a cruise, they're going on vacation, they're going on a boat, or they've got an outfit that would go with. So making sure that I've got those kind of keywords in my title, my listing, my item specific will help this item be found. Because think about it. If you're putting together an outfit and you're like, "Oh, I want a pair of nautical earrings, but they have to be Trifari or they have to be Napier." And a lot of people don't know these different brands. They're just thinking about what's going to look good with the outfit I'm wearing. So I want to make sure that I've got those blue and white or blue and cream, that it says rope, that it's got anchor, that the word sailing or nautical or travel, things of that nature, cruise, would be in the title or in the description somewhere. The same goes for this candy cane heart. Yeah, you want to make sure you put Christmas, you put candy cane, peppermint, things that the buyer will be searching when they're looking for that perfect piece to either gift or to complete an outfit. And if you get stuck, a great rule of thumb is to think of those 5 W's. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who is it? Who's buying this? What are they going to wear it for? What is it? Where? Where is this going to be worn? Are they going to wear it on a trip? Is this something that they're going to be wearing to a Christmas party? When? Is this a seasonal item? When are they going to be wearing this? Is it something that's a boating party? Is it something that's a holiday item? Maybe it's a birthday item that they would be wearing to a birthday party. Why? Why would they be wearing this? Why would they want this? Why would this complete their outfit? So thinking of all of the questions that the buyer might be asking and front loading your listing to make sure you're answering those questions. and making sure that whatever question your buyer might be asking, your listing is answering. What earrings will I wear to this sailing party? Oh, here they are. I found them. Another aspect of this is making sure that whatever colors your jewelry captures, say you've got something that's purple and green and gold, that you're recognizing that that is a piece of jewelry that could be worn at Mardi Gras, or pieces that are blue and white stripes could be nautical. The next tip to selling unmarked and unbranded jewelry is to describe it to a T. You want to describe the weight. How does it look? You want to describe every aspect of this jewelry that you can. Let's take this brooch for a moment. You could easily put flower brooch, gold tone flower brooch, but you want to really get in there and look at those details. Well, it's not just any flower, it's a rose. It's not just any rose, it's an open work rose, which means that it's got all of these holes you can see through it. And when you're using these kinds of keywords, try typing that in, try typing in what you've come up with so far if you hit a dead end, and seeing what other people have put. So when I did this for this brooch, I also found listings that said wire work, that were listings that looked very similar. So someone might not be searching for open work, they're searching for wire work. And if someone is looking for floral jewelry, if I don't put floral in the listing, then it might not show up. If I just put rose and someone searches for flower, it might not show up. So I want to make sure I get all of those different things in there as much as I can in my title, in my description, so that it can be found in search. We're really fortunate that we've got AI that can help us nowadays. So all of this I used to have to do just by hand, by searching and looking, but now I can Google image search my item and see what other things come up and what words are used. Or I could use ChatGPT, drop the photos in and say, give me relevant keywords for this item that I might use in my eBay listing. And it will come up with a lot. And if you get stuck there, you can ask it, hey, you know what? Form this into a great description of my item. And it will form it into a great description for your item so that you don't even have to figure out, how am I going to get all these words into a sentence that makes sense? My next tip for listing unmarked or unbranded jewelry is taking lots of great photos. You want to make sure you get every aspect of this piece of jewelry into those photos. You want the front, the back, the maker's mark, the measurement. Don't leave anything out. Anything that you think a buyer might have a question about or might want to know about, make sure, if you're able, to get a photo of it. If there are any flaws, make sure you're taking photographs of those. Any closures or clasps, any kind of marks, anything you can think of or anything a buyer might think of, you want to make sure you've got a photograph of. You also want to make sure that your photos are clean and clear and in focus. A picture truly is worth 1,000 words. And if you've got blurry photos or cluttered photos that the buyer can't really see what it is or makes you look unprofessional, you might not get that sale if the buyer feels like you're not a reputable seller. And I have a lot of different videos about how to take great jewelry photography. So make sure you check those out. So next up is pricing strategies. This is going to vary from seller to seller. I tend to price high on my items and I allow buyers to send me offers if they would like to try to get a lower price. When I'm trying to figure out how to price an item that isn't branded, I'll search for my item, I'll check eBay solds and see what other similar things have sold for and start there. I don't always use just what the eBay sold are because I also sell on Etsy. So I will frequently do a Google search and search by image or search in the shopping tab to see what other prices are on similar items on different sites. And I gather all that information and I try to figure out what my price should be based on that. And this will probably be different for everyone depending on how quickly you want your item to sell. I'm also asked frequently if I put things on auction, and most of the time I do not do auctions unless it's something really valuable, really rare, and I don't know exactly what the price should be. My fifth tip for reselling unbranded and unmarked jewelry is to give yourself a time limit and double check your listings. See what is still sitting there that you have listed and take a moment to review those listings and see, did I answer all the questions that I could? Are my photos good enough? Do I need to retake some photos? Do I need to get some measurements in my listing? Or maybe I need to adjust the price. There have also been lots of times where I have listed an item and forgotten to put in a really important keyword like necklace or ring. So people aren't finding it in search. And this happens to the best of us. So making sure that your listing has all of those key ingredients, the words are spelled correctly, and you've got really good keywords and you're not leaving anything out so that people can find it when they're looking for it. I want to take a look at this listing. It did actually sell and it sold fairly quickly. And it's a brooch that looks like a feather or a leaf. And I feel like when I look at my title, I could have done a better job at adding more keywords because even though it did sell and it sold fairly quickly, this is a good example of how I could have really beefed up that title with more keywords. So I do have curled gold tone feather leaf rhinestone brooch pin and open work in my title. But now looking at it, I could see that I might put in the word fall, or it's almost in the shape of a C. So I could have put the letter C in there. So somebody with a C initial could have worn this as well. I want to do a Google image search and see what other keywords come up when I find this on other sites. So here are 3 others that are not my listings. Vintage, I didn't have that in there. Abstract, curved, retro, and jewelry. Those are words I could have put in my listing as well. So if you come across a piece that is unmarked, but you think, you know what, this is a pretty nice piece, I think it could sell, don't second guess yourself, especially if it's really cheap to pick up. Give it a try. Find something that is unmarked, unbranded, and see how you do using all of these tips and how much money you can actually make selling unmarked and unbranded jewelry. Because if you think about it, most people that are out there looking for jewelry aren't familiar with every brand available, and they probably aren't searching for J. Crew fancy schmancy necklace. Someone might be looking for just a spirally beaded necklace, and if they really like the style, they might be willing to pay up for it. I mean, this necklace sold for $60 and it did not have a maker's mark. If you've already sold some jewelry that was unbranded and unmarked, let me know what you sold. What did it look like and how much did you get for it? And if you're just getting started in your jewelry selling adventures, then make sure you subscribe because I have lots and lots of videos up already and lots more to come to help you with your jewelry selling adventures. Good luck out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.